I hate to look 2 years down the road already with a Senate election coming tomorrow, but let's assume for a moment that Republicans can keep control of the Senate. What happens in 2 years? You know, they're within 7 seats of going back to taking control of the House of Representatives, and usually when you have those off-year elections, whatever party's in power usually pays the price under normal circumstances. When the next election comes along, Vlad Davidiak joins us, Republican strategist. I'm guessing there'll be plenty of opportunity over the next 2 years, regardless of who's in control of the Senate, to watch the House do its thing. We're already seeing them do their thing right now, Vlad.
Yeah, they ended with a bang and started with a cluster. So it's a fantastic start to 2021. Democrats used this awesome opportunity to go back in time and keep Nancy Pelosi in power rather than moving forward and giving the American people something good to cheer about.
Yeah, and
what else can we expect?
There's so much happening at one time, this 2020, because of congressional redistricting. We're seeing the shift in populations, Texas gaining congressional seats, California, New York maybe losing. How much will that come to play 2 years from now?
That's going to be huge, Shara, because whoever controls redistricting controls the map. Whoever controls the map controls the shape of the Congress, the shape of the legislatures to come. Republicans did a huge Herculean task in maintaining those leads in those desperately needed legislatures to be able to control the redistricting processes. Democrats dumped millions and millions of dollars across America to try to win these legislative seats, and they picked up zero, while Republicans were actually able to gain a couple more. So the prospect of redistricting and prospect of being able to put these districts in a shape that benefits Republicans, that will respond to the needs of the American people, not only now but long into the future, is much brighter because Republicans were able to win redistricting year in 2020. That gives us, the Republican Party, a front row seat to making sure that these districts are drawn in a way where representatives who will uphold some smart policies that will actually make the lives of Americans better, with jobs and growth, opportunity, prosperity, much more real than worrying about whether or not amen and women is proper when ending a prayer. It's saying that those are the things Americans really care about.
And Vlad, the Republican Party is just as divided as the Democrat Party is right now. How important over the next 2 years will it be for them to kind of coalesce under some sort of a leadership, all rowing in the same direction in order to be able to get control again?
It's huge. It's huge. It's going to be vitally important. And right now, yeah, you're right. There is quite a bit of division, and it all stems from the fact that right now things are still so chaotic and still so fluid in our nation's capital. The Democrat Party worked really, really hard to make sure that they did whatever they needed to do to get as many votes as they got on Election Day. Well, how many of those things that they did were legal and how many of those things were against the law, we may never fully know. And Republicans are working to try to figure out what the place is going to be for the party within this chaos.
Yeah,
but
because
beyond that,
everything you're saying is all based on a rational thought. But if the elections are crooked, none of this could come to pass. The Democrats might be in control forever.
And that's why it's so vital for Republicans to finally get a grip right now. And number one, win Georgia. Number two, get the legislators across America to the state houses to redraw these districts in ways that minimize the damage that Democrats can do long term, and maximize the opportunities for Republicans to create districts that give the American people growth, opportunity, and prosperity long into the future, and focus on policies in Congress that give Americans the jobs, the freedom, and the liberty that they need to succeed.
All right, sir. Thanks as always. Appreciate it. Vlad Davidiak, Republican strategist here on News Radio 740 KTRH.
Discovery Plus is the greatest collection of